YouTube. I'm back with another video of the heal plan, week 2, and so we're gonna start with lunch for today. Cooking a chicken stew. The ingredients we're going to use for the stew are as follows: 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 6 ounces of boneless, skinless chicken breast, and you will cut it in 1/2-inch pieces. 1 leek, only the green part, and as I told you before, if you find like a large leek, a big one, just use like a 1/4 cup or 1/2 cup of green chopped leeks. Otherwise it's a lot. 1 fennel bulb, again with a fennel bulb. Sometimes the bulbs are big, some are small. As you can see here, this is a really large bulb of fennel. Fennel, in comparison to the small one. So if you have a small one like this, I would even have this one because it's still big. I won't use a whole fennel bulb like this. And always make sure you core your fennel bulb, because sometimes the inside is rotten. You cannot see from the outside what's happening. So please core your fennel bulb. So I will only use 1/2 cup of fennel chopped. Then 1 cup of chopped green beans, 1 russet potato. I really don't know what's a russet potato. I'm just using old-fashioned potatoes. That you're gonna cut into 1/2-inch cubes. Then you need 5 cups of poultry broth. I don't have poultry broth. I'm going to use vegetable broth. It doesn't really matter to me whether you use poultry broth or vegetable broth. 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, obviously to thicken your sauce, and 1 teaspoon of dry thyme. I cannot get rid of the thyme. Can you believe it? In every recipe almost, she uses thyme. And I still hate it. Alright, so let's start the cooking. So another thing that I need to bring under your attention, the recipe is for 4 people. So this time I'm going to make maybe just for 2 people, so 2 servings. So let's start. It asks for olive oil. I really don't like cooking with olive oil, although I do sometimes, but most of the times I cook with canola oil. And this cup is always filled with canola oil. It's just next to the oven. Instead of having a whole bottle here, I like to just have the cup here. I'm gonna take a little bit more. So that's what we want in our pan right now. After that, we will add the chicken, the leeks, the fennel, and then we will cook that for 5 minutes. Everything's already portioned. So we need our chicken. Chicken, put that in there. We need our leeks. And you're probably wondering why my leeks are in this container. Remember, when we make either the broth, the bone broth, or we make the vegetable broth, we use leeks. Now the leeks, the carrots, everything. Oh, this is not actually, sorry, I used the wrong one. But it doesn't matter. Let's put in your leeks. That's not the leek. This one is not the leeks. This is the fennel bulb. So you put in a whole fennel bulb into your broth. You put in 2 carrots. You put in a whole leek, etc., etc. My point is, all this goes to waste. Nowhere in her recipes does she say, now use the the carrots or whatsoever that you used in the broth. So I used to store mine in the fridge, in the deep freezer, and then the freezer became full, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do with it? So I threw out a lot of it. But the second time, or last week I made it, I decided to separate them and keep them and see where I can use them. So it's perfect for this particular dish. So as for my chicken, it asks for 6 ounces, but I'm only using 3 ounces. And although it's 3 ounces, it's still gonna be 2 servings for me because I don't eat a lot. So that's in. Add the green beans and potatoes. Okay, add the green beans and potatoes. In a small bowl, whisk together the broth and the cornstarch and add it to the pot along with the thyme and salt. Okay, I'm going to put this on medium high, and I need my cornstarch. I think I need a tablespoon of this. My tablespoon is now full of. And then I need 5 cups of broth. I'm not going to use 5 cups. I know in South Africa our stews would basically look like this, right? We don't add a lot of broth to our stews because we don't want a long sauce. Although you thicken it up, I know what your stews look like. I don't like that. So I'm not going to use a lot of broth. I'm maybe going to use 1 cup of broth or 2 cups of broth and just let it cook down. Give it a shake. Let's try 2 cups. So I really don't want my broth or my food to be soupy. I don't like that. So this you're gonna put in, and then you're gonna put in your fennel, not your fennel, your thyme, which is supposed to be a teaspoon, but I only use half a teaspoon. This is thickening up so quickly actually. So now I'm just gonna simmer it until the potatoes and everything is done. Okay, we also want to start this one. So now that our stew is simmering, I have to simmer it for about 15 minutes to 20 minutes, or until the potatoes and green beans are of course done. So I'm not gonna let you wait for that. That's gonna be a long time. On that note, that's lunch for today. So that's it. So I will come back and show you what it looks like and also give it a taste. So for now, hi guys, I am back with lunch. Lunch is done. Oops, I need to turn it off. Lunch is done and it came out quite lovely. I have to say, I think the genius of the sauce is the cornstarch to thicken up the This stew, I was so scared it's gonna be a long, saucy affair, but I'm so happy to see it's actually exactly how I like it. So here is our lunch. So as I see this, it's easy to cook this and it's easy to make this a whole family thing and just have it on a bed of rice. It will be really lovely with rice. For me, I'm just going to eat it like this because this is what's required for me, and this portion is also enough for me. So let's taste. Let's taste some green beans, some potatoes. Oops, it's hot. It's really nice. It's really lovely. It's very tasty. I think a little bit more salt for those people who probably love a little bit more sodium, because with this you only put, for us we only have to put in a little bit of salt, but for you guys who doesn't struggle with IBS or acid reflux or any gastritis problems, add more salt. The chicken is also really nice and tender. It's not dried out at all. So the whole dish comes together really, really beautifully. I always wondered how to cook green beans in such a fashion, but now I have a recipe, and one of my friends asked me about cooking green beans just 2 weeks ago, and I said I don't know how to cook it. We usually just make it in a garlic butter sauce, I suppose. Not sauce, but you add garlic and butter to your pan and cook your green beans in there or roast it in the oven, and that's it. But this is really lovely as a stew. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you try it. And if you learned something from this channel or from this video, please share it with your friends, your family, and please click the like button. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time. Hi YouTube, so I'm back with week 2, day 1 for our dinner portion of our day. So for dinner, we're gonna cook turkey and spinach rollatini. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this correctly. It's Rollatini. So rollatini, that's what it sounds and looks like to me. And we are going to make dinner for 4 people, which can serve 4 people. I'm actually gonna include my husband this time. Because I think the recipes are quite good for both of us. Well, what do we need? Our ingredients: 12 ounces of boneless, skinless turkey breast. I have showed you before, and 6 ounces of chicken breast is just one delicious piece of chicken, which would be something like this. Can you see how thick it is? It's nice and thick. I will make a little bit more than 12 ounces because my husband is a big eater. So, yep. Half a teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of frozen spinach thawed, 1 teaspoon of grated lemon zest, and half a cup of crumbled feta cheese. Of course, both of us, we are lactose intolerant, so we won't do the feta cheese. What I actually did with the spinach, I incorporated some cream of yogurt, so not cream of yogurt, cream of coconut into our spinach. And that's what I'm gonna fill the inside of the breast with. So you're also gonna need toothpicks to attach the 2 pieces of or to cover or to close the pocket of the breast. I don't have toothpicks. I don't want to look for it and go to the store for it. So I am just going to fold it over the top part. I will show you, and then it needs to cook, and it will cook in the oven on 325 degrees for 25 minutes Fahrenheit. And with that, for our starch, we will have potato wedges, baked potato wedges, which I will also add to this. So how am I going to cut my chicken? I showed you thick pieces. So this kind of already has a pocket. I'm not sure, this is my first time. So I am going to try and create, oh, it's very thin over there. I sliced it a little too thin. Anyway, this is my pocket for my chicken. And then I'm just gonna fold it close like this. So that you wanna put in your pan, put the thick part, because I have now a thick part and a thin part. So the thick part I think I'll put at the bottom. Okay, so you can make really lovely pockets with your chicken. Just be very careful when you slice it, because, oops, you see, you might just slice too thin one part, but it's okay. And you want the pocket so that it's not open. So this would have been nice if I had the toothpicks. I would have just put the toothpicks all around this area to cover it up, right? Anyway, we don't have that. Did I tell you this was supposed to be turkey breast? But here where we live, we don't get turkey breast. You just get a whole turkey. You either going to make a whole turkey and slice it up, or wait until it thawed, and then you have to still skin it and all that. That's too much work. So I just decided to do chicken breast instead. So now we have that. We have to sprinkle this with salt. Not a lot of salt, guys, not a lot of salt. I think we're supposed to only use a teaspoon of salt, so you're gonna sprinkle it very, very lightly. Then we're going to take the spinach and put in there. I've mixed in the yogurt, the coconut cream, not the yogurt, the coconut cream into my mixture here, my spinach mixture. And that is going to be my filling for the chicken. So you have to be creative when you cannot find certain things. That is the stems of and I'm gonna put in quite a nice amount of spinach. And this is just spinach that is fresh spinach that I cooked myself, because I don't like thawed spinach. And then you can see what I'm doing over here. Now I'm just bringing the pocket over. So that's why it would have been nice if we had that toothpick. But let's see, hopefully this works. And then that part. So I want to put it to one side because I'm also gonna put the potatoes with it. And so that's what we have now. Okay. So now I have to open it again, not a problem. Sprinkle the zest over. Don't forget your zest. This is just one, oops, the zest of one lemon. Oops. There you go. Then for our potatoes, so you can make this a one-pan dinner, guys. Hopefully mine is gonna turn out well. Now for the potatoes, I'm gonna have them laid out. Hopefully there's enough space. So I have just one big potato for my husband, and then I have one small one for me. As you can see, this will be for me. It's a really small potato. That's why the wedges are really small. Okay. And I'm also going to sprinkle that with a little bit of salt. The potatoes for my husband, I will sprinkle more salt. Actually, for his chicken also, I should probably sprinkle. That's gonna be his chicken. That's gonna be his chicken. So let's sprinkle more salt for him. For me, just a little bit. And then also the leftover zest, I will sprinkle on my one. A little bit for him, but more importantly for me. So let's hope this is going to turn out good. This is now our one-pan dinner. Spinach with chicken and potato wedges. I'm gonna put it in the oven. I thought my oven is on, but it wasn't on, and I am cooking on 325 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, guys, that is our dinner portion, and I will come back to you once it's finished. It's gonna cook for 25 minutes, and hopefully it's gonna be delicious. So we're back with the chicken and spinach rollatini and our baked potato. So this is the final result. So here is what it came out to be. You can see the spinach inside, and then the chicken came out quite nice and brown. For my husband, I have put this afternoon's lunch with his food, because I know this would be too little for him. And over here we have some of our coconut cream. So let's taste. So the chicken is a bit dry. It's probably expected for breast, but it's really nice, and the flavors of the lemon zest comes through beautifully. What about yours?
It's actually good. I like.
How's the spinach? And yeah, I didn't get spinach yet.
I like spinach, so yeah, it's really nice.
You like it? So can you taste the cream, the coconut cream?
No, I cannot.
That's probably cooked away, right? So I'm gonna put a little bit of coconut cream on here, just to taste what it's like. This is a big piece. Oh. Although the chicken is dry, it's not completely dry, but the spinach and the lemon zest really brings all the flavors beautifully together, and the spinach also give obviously the chicken a more moistened bite in the mouth. Right?
That's true. Even though the chicken meat is actually dry, when you eat it in combination with the spinach, it's actually better than if you just had it by itself.
So, and how's the potatoes?
It's good. I like your potatoes.
So if my husband's like the meal, it's really a success. Because it's hard to please this one. How is the chicken stew? Chicken bean stew. Did you try it?
Yeah, it has a lot of herbs in it.
Yeah, it's not a lot of herbs, it's just the thyme. And I don't like thyme, but I just put a little bit of thyme in it. And but anyway, to me it's good, but I needed, in my opinion, it needed more salt. I sprinkle more salt over yours and black pepper, but if we take the thyme away and we actually have it just with salt and black pepper, it will be really lovely as a stew.
Yeah, I can see that. All right.
So that's it for the chicken, and spinach rollatini or rollatini. If you like the recipe, please click the like button, try it out, really try out this recipe because it is fantastic and I think your whole family will like it and your bowels will be very, very happy. Thank you.